there were SAEs in their shirts on the sidewalk outside Carpenter Hall, and they were the first people that helped us carry things into the dorm room. And at that point, invited us over for the barbecue, and the whole street was blocked off back in those days, and parents and new students could come over here. And we just came and found this house and ate on the porch. And so it was from what the boys did move in to get their letters out, and then the fact that they invited us over with our parents. And then I went through Rush and I looked at all the other houses, but I think I was already connected to this one from the first few minutes I arrived on campus. So sophomore year I moved in and originally lived in the RT room, which is upstairs, main house, backside, closest to the DGs. Had a few different names, but I was only there for a while, and some of us switched roommates, and I moved out to the barn that same semester and switched with another guy, and I moved into the station. First room, lower floor on the right. A really small room for two guys, but you know, as long as you just try to live in there and not study in there, it worked okay. I wouldn't have even called myself a person that sings when I was in high school, but the singing on the porch here was one of the greatest things. Just the singing in the living room around the piano, at every formal get-together, whenever we were in a circle. I still know all the songs, I think, most of them. Good and bad ones, or fun ones anyway. But I think the singing was the greatest. The road trips were great. Going places with my brothers. I was from Indianola and didn't want to necessarily just go home on the holidays, so I didn't my freshman year. I went home with a pledge brother to Ohio for Thanksgiving. Went somewhere else just after Christmas to see another town, and by the end of the school year went home with my other fraternity brother Tom Fell, where he was from Las Vegas, and we drove cross country to get there. The fraternity was really everything. It was like we were proud to wear our letters on campus. We wanted everybody to know we were SAEs, and we wanted to be known. It's really morals. You know, people get morals from everything in life. You're taught them by your parents and by your teachers and by your peers, and this fraternity teaches them through the true gentleman. Like I teach them to my own sons through Boy Scouting and becoming Eagle Scouts and things like that. But that's ingrained in us as pledges. I'm sure it still is. You memorize it, you repeat it by yourself, you earn a certificate, you repeat it one at a time, one word at a time, up and down the line, and I hope they still do that. Well, I truly believe that we're all SAEs for life, not for 4 years. We were taught things here, even in the 80s. There were things involving etiquette and standing up when women walk in the room and introducing yourself and shaking hands with people and all of those things that the true gentleman points to. And not everybody probably even reads every word and line and tries to actually understand what each sentence, phrase in the true gentleman means. But being an SAE to me was a lifetime thing. And when I was in the house, I didn't necessarily hold very many, if any, positions those 4 years. I was a member of an 80-person house, so you didn't have to necessarily jump in and do a lot. And I didn't then, but I definitely started giving back afterwards. It was my own pledge son, Mike Eason, who got me to come to a House Corps Alumni Association meeting a few years after I'd graduated. And at that time, he was serving as the alumni treasurer. And really what he was doing was dragging me in to take his position.